Hi folks, thanks as always for your time and for watching my watercolour videos. This one, I painted this from a photograph I took in Sutton Park last week. I'll put the photograph over on Patreon so you can see what I was working from. But before I do that, let me quickly show you my latest book. I'm currently working on volume 4, so for the time being this is still my latest one, volume 3. Loads of step-by-step photographs guiding you through each painting. That's got the photograph that I use for the reference as well on that one. I've tried to make it as easy as possible to follow. 9 paintings in this book, so plenty for you to have a go at. I'll show you the actual paintings. Where are we? There they are. There's 8 of them. There's just one more that I couldn't fit on the page. So that's over on Amazon. You'll see all the links in the description. So quickly show you the colours that I've used. We've got ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey. I didn't use alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber and light red. So the 6 colours, and then just these brushes, most of it done with a big 8 brush, and then a couple of riggers, a number 3, and then just a tiny little rigger. So I'm not putting too much water on, just enough to give it a light coating, stop it going all crinkly. And then just a very light bit of raw sienna, clean the brush, and then above that I'm just going to put a little bit of ultramarine where you can see the sky between all the trees in the distance. A little bit down the bottom. I'm going to brush in a little bit of lemon yellow and ultramarine. Sort of random background colour. Plenty of greens in there. And then a few greens down the bottom. A few reds down there as well. Bit of ultramarine, lemon yellow. And I'm just putting, these are the most distant trees now that I can see in the photograph. So I'll pop those in. A little bit of fingernail in there as well. Using the corner of the brush just to suggest all these trees and bushes and things in the distance. And I'm going to take a little rigger brush, same colours, and just pop in just a few distant twigs, trunks and things growing. Can't see much at this distance, this is way far away. Then I'm going to go a bit of Payne's grey, there's a few like darks and shadows in amongst them. A bit more on this side as well. I'm going to switch to the other rigger brush. Same colours again. This time they're going to be a little bit more prominent. Put a little bit of foliage on them as well as we go on further into the painting. A bit more water, a bit of brown in there as well. Brown, blue, yellow. All things growing in the shrubs. Do a few on the other side as well, so a bit more brown, blue, yellow. Press down a little bit harder on that one, get a slightly broader stroke. Press down harder on the rigger brush. And I'll come back to this in a bit when it's a little bit drier, so they're going a bit stronger. See, now I can, if I just take off the excess on the tissue, and then what's left Can just go on the tops of these trees. Well, let's put some slightly stronger mix in. Bit of brown, blue, bit of yellow. And then this time, see I'm pressing down harder now, you can see it's going on a lot stronger, a lot thicker, much broader stroke because it's closer to us, so it needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's push down at the base there, just get that, give it something strong to sit on. And there's another one just next to it, it's coming up over there as well. A whole load of twigs and branches, some of them coming from sort of structures, trunks that are up here and things. Back into the mix, brown, bit of blue. Let's put one on this side. It's going up there like that, just right at the top of the scene. Again, just flicking in the twigs and branches and things. Some are coming from down there. There's not much paint on the brush, so I know I can come into this sort of light area there where you really don't want to put any too full strokes in. Because it's nice and light, I know I'm not going to do too much damage if it goes wrong. Another one up there. Pop another one in there. Just constantly mixing that brown and blue together. Right, let's get a bit more colour down there, so I'm going to clean the brush. I'm getting into a bit of lemon yellow. You can see I'll just bang it at the base of those trees, it just grounds it, gives it something to stand on. Paper stretched a little bit, so I'm just going to pull it tight and refix it with these clips. Just fix it onto this piece of plywood I've got leaning against the easel. Just a 9mm piece of plywood from B&Q. I got this. I'm going to go into a bit of raw sienna. Anyway, let's clean the brush first. Take the excess off on the tea towel. Let's go into a bit of raw sienna. Bit of burnt umber in there as well. Ultramarine. Also got some nice light red burnt umber on this side as well. Right, it's very strong red, so I'm going to clean the brush, let's get back to a bit of lemon yellow. Put that in down there, down the base. Bit of raw sienna, bit of ultramarine. I'm not doing exactly like the photograph, I'm trying to just put my own sort of signature on the thing. Just clean the brush again, just touch a little bit of red then. Well, so I've done a lot of that foreground. Now, so let's just mix some of that together. Let's just blend it all in. Path sort of coming down there like that. Blending in the edges together. Right, let's stick there's like a big tree over here on the left. Let's pop that in. Let's put a few twigs and branches in first, so something for all the things to hang on. I'm not going to get too caught up in nice pretty trunks and whatnot. I'm just whacking these things in, trying to create nice random effects. You ain't going to see much of this anyway by the time I put the foliage on. I'll just pop the foliage on over the top of that. Just finish it off with a bit of Payne's grey, just to darken in sort of shadowy bits. Now then, let's go a bit of burnt umber, a bit of Payne's grey, a bit of light red, ultramarine, clean the brush. I want to go back to a green colour. So back to this lemon yellow. A bit too much water on there. That's a sort of basic backdrop. Now I want to put in some stronger foreground trees now. So I'm going back to the rigger brush, number 3 rigger, and this time I want sort of maximum paints, strong as I can now, just brown and blue, nice and dark. Then we got a big tree in this foreground here, that one's going up there, something like that. So first get the trunk in, and then we got a few branches coming off there. You can just keep reloading the brushes. So there's a few to the right, let's pop a few into the left, a few on the other side. And what I do, these ones are slightly light, I'm going to squeeze some fresh paint out for these, I think, so it goes on better. We'll widen this base a little bit. Right, let's squeeze out some lemon yellow paints. I might squeeze out a bit of raw sienna as well and just mix the two together, see what it looks like. So I'm just going to clean the brush. I'm just squeezing the water out into the water jar. I'm going to scuff it up on the tea towel and then take a bit of neat paint and take a little bit of the lemon yellow, a little bit of the raw sienna, and just pop those on there like that. A few more on the other side, the side of the tree. Just slightly tap, just very, very lightly. Have something down there as well. Let's have another big one on the right. And there's not actually one in the reference photograph, but I'm going to stick one in anyway. I'm going to stick a big one out there, something like that. Going right up. Just keep reloading that brush, brown, blue. Just pressing down, maximum pressure on the brush, just to get the broadest stroke. And then just a few things coming away from it, a few twigs and branches. Get a little bit broader at the bottom. And again, I'm going to stick the same colours on this one, just a bit of raw sienna, a little bit of lemon yellow. Right, the one on the left, I've lost some of those limbs. I just want to just put it, something. Just give it something to look at. Right in. So it's back. And then back into this foreground. I'm just going to stick some yellow down here as well. Bit of ultramarine. Back into that light red. Let's have a few things growing up here, I think. A few things over here as well, growing out under this tree. Bit of fingernail as well. Right, now very light. I just want to pop this path in. I just want a very, very light wash because I want the shadows to show up better. I'm just going to go a bit of touch of blue, touch of red. And I'm just going to sweep it in. It's probably a little bit darker than I was anticipating actually, but I'm not so worried. I'm just going to take a bit of lemon yellow and just going to push that up to the edge of this. Just to the edge of the path. Something like that. Bit of raw sienna on there as well. Right, now give it a quick dry. Just make sure that's flat against the board. And what I'm going to do, I want to make these, I need one of these trunks a bit darker, or I could put another one in. Actually, let's just use the ones I've got. So I'm just going back into the brown and blue. I've dried it so it'll help now to make it darker. It needs to pop more. It's not strong enough. If I get that nice and dark. Do some of these twigs and things as well. I'm also going to do the one behind it as well. Make that one a little bit darker. I should have done that one first actually, shouldn't I? Now I've got to work around these twigs and things. Now I'm going to put them in. I'm going to have to do the twigs afterwards, I think. Just re-establish some of these. And then this one as well needs to be darker. So I'm just going into the brown and the blue. Really strong mix. Some of these branches as well. And then at the base, I'll just put something down the base just to ground them. Let's get that red in. Sort of strengthen this a little bit. Bit of Payne's grey in there. Just want to get another layer in there, something a bit darker. Right, let's give that a quick dry, and then I'll put some shadows in. What I might do, I think I need that one darker as well. So I'm just going back into that brown and blue. I want this one darker as well. So it's a little bit better silhouetted against the light behind it. Let's just pop a bit of lemon yellow down there just to ground it a bit better. Right then, now let's do some shadows. So I'm going to clean the brush. I'm going to a bit of brown, bit of red, bit of blue, mix that all together. I'm going for a sort of bluey grey type of colour. There's not many shadows in the reference photograph. A dull day as usual. So let's just make them up. Now, which way the shadow is going to come? I'm going to just have them coming straight down the middle. So I'm sort of going to follow the line from just off shot there. Just follow it from up there, and then the shadows are just going to just. So following that one, sort of hopping over the things there, down there like that. Big shadow off that one, it's just popping around. It might actually work better like that, mightn't it? It's done now, soddy. I haven't really made the most of those shadows. I'm going to worry about it now. Let's just get this a little bit dark around here. A few more shadows in this sort of area. Give that a quick dry. I'm going to stick this one, our little man. I'm going to use the other brush, it's too thick. Switch to the little rigger brush. Little man there, and then a little dog next to him. And then again the shadows, these are just coming straight down, these ones. Little dog there as well. Stick a little bird up there in the sky, I can show there's another one, and there's another one. Back to the other number 3 rigger. I'm just going to finish it off by popping my name in the corner. I'm going to call this one finished. Not enough water. So let's stick a mount on it and see what it looks like. So there's the finished painting. I'll stick the reference photo on Patreon so you can see what I was working from. So first it was the very simple skies, a bit of raw sienna and a bit of ultramarine in there, but no real sort of song and dance with the sky. It was more about the actual path through the woods. Most distant trees put in using the same sky colours. See those blue ones there? They look really far away. In total contrast to obviously the darkest tones, one reserved to the foreground. I did have to do them twice because I think because originally they were sort of this sort of tone, which I thought in the foreground just didn't work at all. Looks much better like this, especially now with all the dark shadows gone in as well. Although the shadows, not happy with the shadows. I think maybe if they were cutting across, I think they really needed to cut across the path to sort of get maximum impact from them. I have started using the light red a lot more out of my palette, and just to make the paintings more colourful. I think it works better with the reds in than not having the reds in. Also red in the path as it sort of slightly weaves its way to our little man dog there. So you can see all these shadows dotted around the scrub here. A few more on this side. Maybe I could have scraped out a few rocks and stones and tried to get more of a light effect. I never even thought of that, to be honest. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you was painting along with me. Remember, always leave your comments or questions down in the below in the comments section. Books on Amazon. This painting as always be on eBay. Loads more videos over on Patreon. So thanks for watching. Keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.